Hi, welcome back to the channel. It's great to have you guys here. We're going to be doing another Disgaea RPG video. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like and sub button. We're going to be doing all the Disgaea RPG content over on this channel. This one is going to be our first guide that we're going to be having coming out this week, which is how to reincarnate your units. We're going to be using the Japanese website for Disgaea RPG for a lot of these videos. Don't actually get into the end game. Unfortunately, we're not there yet, but I gotta make content anyway. So once I could get in game, I'll make an in-game guide on how to do it. But as of right now, this is just going to be like a broad overview of the reincarnation system made by the developers for the Disgaea RPG Japanese version. So let's go ahead and jump into it. And now you must be asking yourself, what is reincarnation? Reincarnation is a huge staple in the Disgaea franchise, which basically every time, whatever level you're at, you reincarnate your unit back to level 1. What happens once you do that, it's not a bad thing. Your overall base stats go higher. So let's say your base stat starts at like 8, you reincarnate, depending on the unit, it might jump up to 10, 11, 12, and then the more amount of times you do that, you get more plus stats that you can, sorry about that, I had a tic tac in my mouth. After you do that, you'll have more points to put on specific stats. Like let's say you're running a Loharo in Disgaea 4 as a DLC character, and you want to go full attack. Every time you reincarnate, you're going to give all the extra stats to the attack. Now, the gacha game is a little bit different in terms of, you know, stats and stuff like that. It's not really like that for the most part from what I can tell. Let's go ahead and jump into it, right? So with that little broad overview, we can see here after the character reaches level 100, you'll be released when you go to the base. It can be done at Mao's lab, and there are the following rules for reincarnation. Reincarnation rules. Characters that have reached a level limit can be executed. After reincarnation, the upper limit of the level increases by 100. The amount of increase is 99 only for the 99th time. So you could do it 90, you have the reincarnated unit 99 times. After reincarnation, it returns to level 1, but its basic status is higher than before reincarnation. Like I mentioned earlier, you can get mana according to the number of incarnations used, F or mana allocation. Requires specific reincarnation material, item, and health depending on the number of reincarnations. That's typical gacha game stuff. After reincarnation, the required experience points to the level that was originally on the ceiling will be greatly reduced, so it is a nice place to be to raise the level crisply. Let's stack this with level 100, 200, 300, and create the strongest character aiming to level 9,999, which I show pretty much an example here. You guys can see on the right, you have 39, 35, 31, 29, 47. I believe the speed never changes. Well, obviously all the other stats do. So Loharo here, it's like HP is 234 compared to 117, 70, 78, 39, 70, 35, 62, 31, and so on and so forth. So that is the benefit. Your overall stats increase. So obviously every time you level up, your stats will go up higher. So here we have the level will be reset after reincarnation, but the basic status will increase comparing the first reincarnation level 1 and non-reincarnation on level 1. You can see that numbers are doubled. Yes, they are indeed doubled. So over here, about reincarnated materials. So this is the material portion of it. Reincarnation requires an item called Reincarnation Stone and a specific hell. Reincarnation Stone includes general purpose materials, Humanoid Reincarnation Stone for humanoid characters, Demon type Reincarnation Stone for monster type characters, and Reincarnation Bright Stone required from a specific reincarnation stage. There is something like that. In addition, there are various types of general purpose materials, Humanoid Reincarnated Stone and Monster type Reincarnated Stone, level 1 to level 3. A Reincarnated Pyroxene, level 1 to 20, and the materials used according to the reincarnation stage will change. So if you're new to gacha games, basically this is normal in every gacha game. Every time, like for example, like when you play a game like 7 Deadly Sins, for example, you have demon mats. When you're going from a normal like SSR into UR, you're using books. Once you're ascending from the UR to like level 65, 70, 75, 80, you are using demon material. So that's a very normal thing in gacha games, right? For the most part. So like right here, for example, it shows you, you know, like this is going to be like, these are going to be the first ones. Then you're going to, no, actually these are classed differently, but it's going to be different types from what it's saying. You know, like you have general purpose materials, humanoid, reincarnated stone, and monster type reincarnated stone, level 1 to 3. So like it's going to be very, like, you see, yeah, here we go. So there's 3 levels to each one. Okay, I got a little confused there for a second. So you have the monster type, humanoid, and then you have the general purpose one. And then you have level 1, 2, and 3, depending on the level. And then you have this one down here for the proxy, which is going to be, there are types from level 1 to 20. So here is going to be a list of more of the materials, stuff like that. And kind of, I'll leave a link in the description for all this because it's a lot. But basically it goes over like all the levels and kind of stuff like that. And it's a pretty nifty little guide. All right, so this is a little graph you guys could have. So I'll read this real quick. The required number of general purpose reincarnated stones level 1 is large and tends to be insufficient. Well, I mean, for a drop in the main story and recollection of Makai's story. It's also aimed for stage missions on rewards. It's pretty cool stuff. And that's, you know, it goes over all the levels and stuff like that. So that is a list of the actual materials. Now, this is where you guys are probably going to be wondering where to get reincarnated materials. There are various sources of reincarnated materials such as battle drops, stage mission rewards, and reincarnated material gates. In the early stages, if you complete the mission while proceeding with the main story, you'll naturally accumulate and make up for it. But as the number of reincarnation increases, the number of requests will increase and it tends to be exhausted. So that's firmly grasp how to obtain it effectively. So, main sources of reincarnated materials: general purpose material, battle drop, each reincarnation material gate, reincarnation stone for humanoid, mission reward, humanoid reincarnation material gate, reincarnated stone for most monster type, same deal, monster type reincarnation material gate, and we have reincarnated proxy after stage 2 of each reincarnated material gate. So how to get it effectively? In order to collect reincarnated materials, it is important to clear the reincarnated material gate, which you can challenge once in a day at the Dark Gate. In some cases, use the gate key that can be purchased at shops to re-release and consider going around. Re-release is possible up to 5 times a day. At this time, if you pass, I want to double the reward drop for 30 minutes. In Dark Cancel and Challenge, you want to get more materials. If you're pursuing acquisition efficiency, there's no way you cannot take advantage of this combination technique. Ensuring that unique materials will be collected at the reincarnated material gate. As the difficulty of the challenging stage increases, you can obtain higher level reincarnated stones. If you need a lot of reincarnated materials, make full use of the bribe to pass the above agenda and go around the reincarnated material in a boosted state. And then over here we have the post-reincarnation leveling. When reincarnated, it returns to level 1 and its ability temporarily decline. Therefore, it may be difficult to capture the current battle stage. In particular, if you reincarnate multiple bodies at the same time, the strength of the party will be significantly reduced, so be careful. Yeah, you have to be, that's true, because if you do all of them at once, they're all going to be level 1. Just because they're reincarnated doesn't mean that you're going to be able to beat a lot of the content. So it's going to be a little difficult at the beginning of that. So reincarnation is done little by little. Basically, multiple reincarnations are not performed at the same time, so as not to reduce the strength of the party. If it's about 1 or 2 bodies, it can be leveled while protecting it by making full use of lifting and replacement with a companion. So yeah, that's how you do that. Let's launch a tower attack while protecting the low level character immediately after reincarnation by lifting it. And then here we go. I want to raise the level at once. If you want to raise the level at once, EXP Zaku Gate is recommended. Challenge the difficulty event that can be cleared at the current party and raise it all. Leveling with EXP boost at the Dark Council is also very important. And here's the speed. And then how to raise the level efficiency. It talks about how to raise the level. In this work, experience value is given to each character. So this goes over the experience of the game, which this could be probably the next video I'm going to go over. We'll go in more depth on how to get experience, right? So that'll be a level. Everyone reincarnated, and it's a small fish party. In such a case, lower the difficulty level of the battle stage that you'll try it once. It's not very effective, but I also recommend the item world. Also, if you haven't touched it in the early stages, it's fun to level while enjoying the story with Makai History Recollection that you can challenge from a low level. A recollection of history of the demon world that can be started from enemy level 1. You can enjoy the story and get mission rewards, so there's no loss in playing. So that is pretty much the actual Disgaea RPG way of doing it and how to reincarnate. So again, These are all the different materials, stuff like that. Again, it's going to be a little devious process, so it's just going to kind of take, you know, you're just going to have to learn how to go with it over time. You know, you're just going to have to, obviously, you know, learn, you know, you just kind of mess around with it, figure out what works, what doesn't work, when you want to reincarnate, when you don't want to reincarnate, and kind of stuff like that. So that's going to be pretty much it for me. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. That is the tutorial. I will make an in-game tutorial on how to do it once I have the actual game, but as of right now, this is going to be just like a general just a general video on all the information regarding reincarnation in Disgaea RPG. So I will see you guys for the next Disgaea RPG video. Take care and peace out, everybody.